reason you need to ace American history in one big fat notebook. Bum. Unit 2, Colonial America, 1607 to the 1780s. 80s. Chapter 4, Slavery in the Americas. Alright, so basically we all know this stuff, racism and stuff, alright. So firstly, there was plantations. The plantation owners wanted cheap labor, so they bought slaves. And sugar became one of the most major exports to the outside world. And because of this rat-ass trade network, it was nicknamed White Gold. And they also needed another source of labor to actually work for it. Instead of Native Americans, they tried and died because of their diseases. Slaves. When the British began to set up tobacco plantations in North America, they needed more laborers. By the 1700s, sadly, every colony in Americas imported slaves from the Africas. And then there was this thing called the triangular trade, where there was a trade between American colonists, Africans, and the West Indies. The West Indies traded with the American colonies sugar and molasses. The American colonies traded with Africa rum and iron, and the Africans traded with the West Indies slaves and golds, which were eventually traded with the American colonies. Sad story, by the way, but true. And the triangular trade was just one part of this whole exchange of trade that was happening worldwide. Basically, you can research this on a map on the internet. This is not really good for all of us, but I'll just say it anyway. And at the beginnings of the African-American culture, slaves come from all over the Western Africa and were spread once they arrived. Because of this diaspora of African slaves in the Americas formed new cultures built in their differing backgrounds and their common experiences. Some characters of the new slave cultures were religion. Most slaves were converted into Christianity, but still retained their African beliefs. Religion was important in daily life, and spirituals became a major element of it. Song, dance, and storytelling, family, and chicken or egg. Racism, cause and effect. Yeah, basically. Alright. Quiz time. Quiz number 1. Name a crop cultivated by slave labor in the Americas. Sugar, tobacco, cotton. Question number 2. Why didn't plantation owners continue to use Native American labor? Because they all died because they didn't have any immunity to the disease they had. Well, fortunately, African Americans did. Africans slaves seen by plantation owners as the best source of labor. They had all the immunity they needed for the diseases they had. They will get countered. They also are strong, and they had experience in farming, so they are experienced. Quiz number 4. What were the 3 points to the triangular trade? 3 points were American colonies, Africa, and West Indies. To what does the term Middle Passage refer to? The part of the triangular trade between Africa and the Americas. That's when they traded for the slaves and stuff. What is maroon? An escaped slave in Latin America. To figure out what Latin America is on the internet. Slavery or racism come first in the Americas. Trick question! They encouraged each other to grow. Racism encouraged slavery to grow. Slavery encouraged racism to grow. So isn't the answer infinity for these growths? To be honest, there is still racism today, but not much slavery, so yeah. The end of this chapter. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did enjoy this episode, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you in the next episode. Shanhana out, and peace.